Good morning, my pocket friends. What is today? Tuesday, January 7th. Starting my day. Well, my day started at about 4:30 this morning. You would think, since I just I don't know what I do, freelance my life here, that I wouldn't get up at 4:30 in the morning because I have no reason to, but I do. So I started my day off with grabbing some coffee and watching some YouTube vids on the couch, letting little duty man sleep. I'll get up and I throw the blankets up across the bed, and eventually he will work his way up to my pillows and snuggle in. So I let him sleep until he decides he's got to get up and go potty. You never know when that's going to be. It could be minutes from then, or it could be several hours. This morning he got up just a little bit ago, so he's been outside. He's all good. Then I've just been messing around on the computer for a little bit, and then just now it hit me. Just starting to get the gutty anxiety feelings in my tummy about my finances. So is what's hit me today. And I woke up, this has kind of been on my heart anyway, but I woke up to a couple questions from one of you on my Noom videos about my weight loss with the semaglutide. And I really wanted this to work, and I needed it to work to justify the expense because I don't really have the money to be spending on this. It's just going on a credit card. And like I said before, I paid all that off prior to losing whatever, my job. And I feel like I'm starting to slip backwards, and I don't like, it's not a comfortable feeling. And so I have my prescription still. I had enough. I think they were supposed to get me through till March because it was a 90-day supply. So I had already upped my dose myself because I wasn't getting the results I needed to feel like at all. I'm just not. The Manjaro really is what worked for me, and I don't know if it's just this, because it's the GLP-2 or whatever it is, as opposed to the one, and I guess maybe that made a real difference for me. It's really heartbreaking, to be honest. I'm trying not to cry about it. I have done so many different things throughout my life to try and get the weight under control, and I have the excessive laundry list of things I have done. I remember early in my life, probably younger than I should have been, taking, I think it was Dexatrim. I think soon followed by that was the Slim Fast pills. Sorry. My dad's boss's wife, which we were really close with, more like grandparents to me, but Lucille, she I believe even founded this, was Tops. Has anybody ever heard of Tops? I'm pretty sure Lucille Rowe founded that, or was one of the founding members of that, but it's taking off pounds sensibly. Predominantly was a group of the elders of the church that I grew up in that went, but I definitely was the youngest member. I was in, when did we first start going to that? I was probably middle school age, and I remember being my mom and I, taking water pills to lose as much extra weight as we could before we weighed in. And yeah, I've had some questionable things I've tried. I will stop short of, I have stopped short of the, and I don't know what you can say or not say, and I'm sorry for any triggers of people. We've all been through some stuff, and so if this is not your thing, tune out. It's okay. It's not my thing either. I don't like talking about it. Short of the B word and the A word, I haven't done those. I pretty much have done some other, whatever. Weight Watchers, Atkins, keto, low carbs, whatever. I had in high school talked to a bariatric surgeon at one point. My mom had thought about doing that for me. And I wasn't even like really I was overweight, but I wasn't like extremely overweight. During that time, I mean, I was in sports and I was active and developed early compared to some of my other, classmates. It's just always been a struggle. Like, there are just certain life events that helped contribute to my relationship with food, and in a very negative way. I grew up in a place too where I had family members that had their own toxic relationships with food and how they see people, and the judgments, the very judgmental of any bit of cushion on your body, like if you had any extra fluff, and they pick on you about it. And it was very different. Like my mom's side of my family and my dad's side of the family, approach and ideals about food were different. It's hard to talk about because I know I don't want to air out family shit, and I'm not going to. Let's just never mind on that. It is what it is. I have grown up and developed a toxic relationship with food. Even Manjaro being on that, though it helped turn off that chatter and was a blessing. I've never been so happy to have silence in my head than while taking that. So what I'm saying is like, I know that even Manjaro, if I was on Noom, it doesn't matter. I have never fixed the problems that have made me have such a warped relationship with something I can't escape. You cannot, if you're an addict of another substance, you don't need that substance to live. You need food. I can't just not eat, like, how do I fix it? We all want that miracle thing, that miracle quick fix. I don't know how to do it myself, so crying is so ugly. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to be real. I'm just tired of feeling like crap and feeling crappy about myself. The glimmer of hope I had last, it's actually been a little bit longer than that, but close, about a year and a half ago, the glimmer of hope that Manjaro did give me, that feeling of comfort in my skin and silence in my head, was intoxicating in a different way. And it's like I'm on the hunt for that again, and I can't find it. I can't find it again. And everybody's just gonna say, well, just restrict, eat, watch your calories, exercise. Cool. Yeah, okay. It's not that easy when you have an addiction to whatever it is that you have, to just turn that off. If they could come out with whatever it is that's in like these trizepatide medicines that is the trigger that turns off that alone, it doesn't have to do anything else. If it could just turn that off, that'd be game changer. I just turned that switch off and great. Okay, I feel like I'm stuck in this body that I can't really do anything with. Getting out and exercising is hard. It hurts. Excruciatingly hurts, because my knees are shit. And because my knees have been shit for so long, I started compensating back history. I dislocated my knee one of my knees, the first time in 4th grade. Not because I was large. my kneecap sits a certain way in my socket where I don't have where your kneecap sits in the socket. My right side doesn't have enough of a cup to keep the ball in the socket, and the muscles on the outside of my knees were always stronger because of the sports I was in. The type of exercises and activity I was doing was strengthening the outer muscle and tendons, and so they were pulling more to the right, to the outer part of my knee. And so just the slightest bit of movement the wrong way would cause my kneecap to slip out. And the first time, those little scooters in gym class, like a little flat thing with 4 wheels, I was just spinning a girl around, one of my classmates. And when I was taking my turn, I stopped, but my knee didn't, and it went out and went back in. I didn't know that's what had happened because it went back in on its own, like immediately, like went out, went in. And this was also first period of gym, the gym class was first period. And my gym teacher was an asshole. When I told him something had happened with my knee, he essentially just said I was lying, just trying to get out of gym class. And he didn't call my mom and dad, and he let me attempt to walk on that all day. And then when I got home from school, my mom took me to the doctor, and we discovered I had actually dislocated my knee. And because he had made me walk on it all day, it had ripped the tendons around my kneecap. And my knee was, I'm a 4th grader, and my knee was black and about the size of for a kid, my kneecaps were larger than a grapefruit at that point. And then ended up getting fitted with a brace that went from my groin to my ankle. But because he had made me walk on it all day, it did actually do some permanent damage. That's awesome. And who knows if that's why it made it worse growing up, easier for my knees to do this. But I don't know how many times I've dislocated my knees over the years. I got to where I was so cautious about how I stepped and turned and walked that I feel like I was even overcompensating on things and making probably it worse. Wasn't really given proper therapy on how to strengthen maybe the inside muscle so it would pull that kneecap, help pull it inwards instead of the outwards, since I had that bone that was kind of worn on the one side. I don't know. My knees hurt so bad. I have developed arthritis in both of my kneecaps tremendously. I am a candidate for knee replacement surgery. The last thing I did to my knees was a meniscus extrusion tear about 2.5 years ago. When I went to the specialist, he said, my knees are shit. Like, I totally could have knee replacement surgery. I wish maybe he'd actually done it at this point, because now I don't have any health insurance. I can't even think about going anyway. He said because of my age, they didn't want to even think about it yet, because, I guess knee replacement surgeries, they have a life expectancy. So people who have them often have to have them again if they get them too young. And so he's like, as long as you can hold out before you have it done. But it really makes it hard when you are trying to lose weight I will always have knee pain. Always. It will never go away. I will always have it. But if I lose weight, it will take the pressure off of them. And I was already experiencing that when I was losing the weight with the Mounjaro. I had lost close to 80 pounds, and I was already noticing quite a difference in the level of pain, and I was able to start increasing my physical activity. I only got off of Mounjaro because my employer messed up their portion of the coverage of our insurance, and it lapsed, and it's complicated. Whatever. They ended up paying their portion that they were supposed to pay, but caused my prescription coupon I was getting to be able to afford the Mounjaro at the $25. It was $25 a month. That's insane. It's like $1,600 a month if you have to pay for it out of your pocket if your insurance doesn't cover it. And I lost that. And so I went from being on a medicine that for like 9 months to being ripped away from me cold turkey. I don't suggest that. If you are on these medicines, don't just quit cold turkey. If you have this option, you're going to need to wean yourself off of it for more reasons than just the obvious. But it really messes with your head when the chatter comes back. And I wasn't prepared for that. And it put me into a really bad place mentally. And I wasn't prepared to deal with the chatter coming back, and my relationship with food wasn't healed. And so I just started gaining the weight, and I gained it back all quick, and here I am back again and can't walk hardly because it hurts so freaking bad. I'm just like I'm babbling. I don't know if anybody wants to hear any of this. It sucks that I had to make that decision to quit it, the GLP-1 with Noom. I can't say maybe it wouldn't have worked once they started really increasing the dosage. I'm not seeing, and I'm not hearing the results I need to justify the debt I'm going to put myself in trying to do this. And if anybody has any genuinely helpful suggestions, if you've gone through stuff like I'm talking about to heal your relationship with food and overcome the pain to be able to push through and be more active and physical, because that's doing it on my own, trying to do both, healing my relationship, overcoming that weird addiction. I feel like food addiction is so weird. How other addictions are warped too. I am not saying they're not. It's just addiction itself is warpy. It's warpy. I want to do better, but the want isn't stronger than the demons I'm fighting yet. How can I switch that where my fight is stronger than those demons? That is what I want to know. And if somebody has figured that out, that they can tell me in a healthy, helpful way, I'm open. Comments are open. Chuck her in there. Yeah, I can't go in debt. I can't be fat, unhappy, and purposely putting myself in debt and making myself all around bad. I'm trying to do everything within my power to not lose this roof over my head, so everything can't come crashing down. I had big plans for summer of 2025. I still got time. I'm just discouraged right now, but I'm realistic. I'm being real. I'm realistically being real. So much to unpack, and we all have things to unpack. When and where and how we want to, or if maybe you never want to unpack them. But I'm unpacking a little bit right here. A taste of the garbage I carry. Anyway, so that's my morning. This has been my morning so far. I'm meeting my mom at her surgeon this morning. Hopefully he helps her. Her surgery incision is not healing very well, and she's very upset about it, and I don't blame her. Then after that, I don't know, I need to do some editing for the Get Pickling channel, and that's probably it for today. We were supposed to have a big snowstorm yesterday. We don't get big snowstorms anymore. Yeah, it's kind of pathetic. We don't. When I was a kid, we got lots of snow. And I lived on a dead-end street, so they would plow all the snow down and make this huge mountain of snow, and my brother and I and friends of ours would go out and make forts in the snow. And I see more dirt and pavement out there than snow for our big snowpocalypse that was supposed to happen. It didn't do anything, and it doesn't do anything, and hasn't done anything for the last several years. I kind of, especially since I don't really have to be out in it too much anymore. I don't drive to work every day or anything. I'm just here. I kind of would like to have seen some snow, like some real snow, like just for the pretty of it. And then it can go away and bring back summer, because I'm a summer girl and I hate being cold. But I'd like to see one nice, hefty, pretty snow. Well, thanks for listening to me sob. I needed it. I needed it out of me. I'm sure, if you're going through the same thing, I'd love to chat. And if you have any advice, I would love to hear it. Just be respectful. Keep it healthy. Healthy conversations are good. Disrespect is toxic. If you can't help build somebody up, then maybe you need work too. If the only thing that can come out of your mouth is something destructive. So I pray for you too, if that is the case. You're obviously struggling on things of your own. Let's be healthy supporters of people in whatever way we can be, even if it's silently and just prayers. Love you guys, mushy. I will see you again soon, my little pocket friends. Have a blessed day. Bye.